Good morning, everybody. It is Poteen Bowen. I'm doing another rotation video. This one is going to be a Redline Minstrel. Last week I did a Redline Champion. So all you got to do is go under to my YouTube channel, go under to where the playlists are, and it should be listed up as every class. So you just go check it out. The ones with the dates are the more up-to-date ones, and they actually have the virtues, the class traits, and all that stuff. So thank you guys again. If you like this content, please don't forget to subscribe. It really does help us out a lot. Other than that, we'll just begin. So the first thing we'll go into is the Warrior Scald. So this is used as harsh words to do damage to foes. All right, so this is the DPS line, the red line. So the first one is the fundamentals, so 25% ballad and coda damage. That's pretty nice. Concussive shout. So this is piercing cry. Has a 30% chance to crit. Critical strikes. So tactical, ranged, melee, and tactical all have a chance to crit, and the tactical is a multiplier. Piercing ballads. So ballads now are going to have a chance to crit, and also gives me some finesse rating. Discordant cries. So all my cries now do 25% more damage, and my calls, which we'll get into. Calls of Oromite. This is a great little area effect. I shouldn't say little. It is a big area effect. I guess it's a call, yeah. Big area effect call. Up to 9 targets. This is Emboldened Finished application chance. So ballads have a chance to build a stacking enhancement of Coda of Fury. Each stack will cause Coda of Fury to add 5% damage buff up to 25%. Which you'll see how I get to my Coda of Fury is I use the 3 ballads to get there. Improved Call of Orome. So obviously the max target's moved up to 4. And 25% Call of Orome or Interrondel damage. Enduring Morale. So my morale, and I get another second of Call of the Second Age stun duration, which you'll see me use too. But that's got, I think the range is only 5. Greater Anthem of War. This one is 2, so this one will increase my range damage and my tactical damage. Song of Arda. This will increase my light type damage by 25%. Cacophonous Echoes, which is my Echoes of Battle damage, is increased by 60%. That's my opening ability I do use. Heralds of Strength. So Dissonant Strike will steal 2.5 physical and tactical mitigation from the foe for 12 seconds. Your buff cannot stack, and 50% morale stolen. So like a little life tap, but not a tap, more like a life steal. 20%. So this is Fierce Cries. 20% Cry and Call critical multiplier. This one is improved Coda of Fury. So Coda of Fury now has a 50% chance to reset my Cries and Call cooldown, which is exactly what I'm going to do once I use all of my Cries and Calls. Echoes, all damage, cries, calls have a 33% chance to apply a bonus dot. This dot may stack up to 3 times. And Cry of the Wizards, obviously a big area effect. Damager also has dots on it, and you can temporarily heal another target, because in Redline you can only heal yourself unless you get these abilities to crit with the 10% chance. Then you can obviously heal others. I did also put in improved strikes, because I do use my strikes quite a bit as things get close to me. Especially, this is a 6-man instance, so soloing it, mobs will get close to me. So this one I got all the way up to 1 right now. So it only does 5% strike damage and 8% strike healing, but I plan on taking it all the way up to rank 5. But before I do that, I want to do Memories of Battle. So my Melody of Battle threat chance is increased, and my Echoes of Battle resistance is increased. Okay, as you unlock every level, you also unlock these abilities on the side. This is Dissonant Ballads. So all ballads give you a short 5% tactical damage buff. Piercing cries. This chance, the chance to resist the cries is reduced by 10%. Concentration, increase the minstrel's attack speed by 10%. Haste, ballads will reduce the active cooldowns of cries and calls by 1 second. So even if I don't get that reset, where my ballads reset my cries and calls completely, I'll get every ballad will knock off 1 second of my cries and ballads anyway. So that's kind of nice, even if it doesn't work out the way I wanted it to. Freedom, 10% chance for war speech, calls, cry, and of the wizard to allow you to use Raise the Spirit, Chord of Salvation, or improved versions of these skills for 10 seconds. Cry of the Valar, also another area effect, damage, and dot. Also removes corruption. And Encore, 30% chance for Kodas to cash out ballad buffs. That's nice. That's nice too. So I'll show you where the buffs and stuff come in. So that is the class traits. Next, we'll go through the virtues. So the virtues I'm using, obviously, I want a lot of crit, damage, finesse, things like that. So Valor, which is going to give me physical mastery rating, finesse rating, critical rating, and also physical and tactical rating as passive bonuses. Honesty, this is going to give me tactical mastery rating. Will, critical rating, and then physical and tactical mastery rating as my passives. Wisdom, so obviously will, tactical mastery rating, finesse rating, and then physical tactical mastery rating on my passives. Confidence, critical rating, finesse rating, evade rating, physical and tactical mastery rating for my bonuses. Wit, finesse rating, critical rating, physical mastery, tactical mastery rating, and then obviously for my passive bonuses is going to be physical mastery and tactical mastery. All right, so with that out of the way, let's do our LIs. So for this one, I'm using the stick. I'm going to be using Herald of the Eagle, which is going to be will, vitality, and tactical mastery. Area effect attack criticals, because I am going to be doing area effects, so I did use that one, which is going to give me crit, mass crits, area effect crits, and chance crits and multipliers, yes. Call of Orome and Inrildel damage, so I have both of those increased, which is also going to give me will. Perfect Ballad damage, which is going to give me Perfect Ballad, obviously, and Tactical Mastery damage. Echoes of Battle resist rating debuff. I do like the Echoes of Battle. I like to put it on immediately in the beginning of a fight. Even when I switch mobs, I like to put that on top. But it does get resist, so I do like to have abilities that make the resist less likely. Also gives me finesse rating, and I went with crit again. So same thing here. I went with Eagle again. I went with single target attack damage. Also, that's going to give me physical mastery and tactical mastery. Piercing cry damage increases that. Tactical mastery comes along with that ability too. Call of the Fate critical multiplier. I do use Call of the Fate. The multiplier is increased and critical ratings increased. And minor ballad damage, which you'll see me use my ballads here, and I'll go through that. So that increases damage there and tactical mastery. And obviously also critical rating again. Okay, so now we're going to go through the rotation. Now, the first ability I like to put on any mob is Timeless Echoes of Battle. This is one that makes songs and cries less likely to be resisted, and it also puts on light damage every 3 seconds. So it's a dot, but also a debuff, so I can hit my ballads and cries and calls a little harder. So I like to open up with that. If it's just single target, especially in the 6-man, I just use Dissonant Piercing Cry, Call of Fate, Call of Orome, Cry of the Valar, and Cry of the Wizards. If it is multiple targets, I will do the same thing, except for in the beginning, I'll hit them with Cry. I'll hit a ballad, because what I want to do is unlock this ability here called Lesser Anthem 2 Dissonant. What this does is it makes my cries for 45 seconds hit a lot harder, and it also makes damage of light, fire, frost, and lightning damage increase for the whole fellowship, but I'm just soloing, but it is a nice little buff to start it off with. On the big bosses and stuff, you might see me I'll either do one of these, but it's probably just this one. I don't really use Greater Anthem 2 War, only because these two are on the same cooldown. So I would rather go for this one over that one. But if you might see me use it, they do share the same cooldown. But Coda of Fury does not share the same cooldown, so that's something to kind of keep in mind when you're fighting. I do use Dissonant Strike when things get near me because obviously it increases my physical mitigation, but also steals a little bit of life. So that's kind of nice. This is the Call of the Second Age. I do use this if a lot of mobs get near me because it is an area effect stun. It also does dots and does damage. So I like to do that when things get near me to kind of unlock that. So as I get through my calls and cries down here, I will go up and go through Minor Ballad, Dissonance, Major Ballad, and Perfect Ballad. Why I do that is these also give me buffs, but what else they do is they let me unlock Coda of Fury, which is a big, big damager. But I have to have all three of these buffs on me to be present to open this one up. Or I can have one of these buffs on me and I can unlock Lesser Anthem 2, or I can have two of these on me and I can unlock Greater Anthem 2 War. Now, for healing and stuff, I mean, there is a fear. I probably won't use it. You'll see, I probably won't use it. But now, as I'm going to be taking damage, as you said, I'm solo in a 6-man, so some stuff might go wrong. Things might go weird. I do have Cord of Salvation. It has a lower cooldown. It is a little, but it's an instant heal, but it's just a little bit of morale. You will see me tap into my Song of the Hammerhand. This is a morale bubble. I do like it a lot because it mitigates a lot of damage. I'm pretty squishy. I can do a lot of damage, but I am a little squishy. Then I do have Story of the Courage, or Story of Courage. What this does is it's just a wonderful removing of disease, wound, fear, poison, any effects like that. Then I do have Raise My Spirit. This is just a quick little self-heal. This is Bolster My Courage. This is a bigger self-heal. So I will be using those. If I want to heal myself pretty continuously, pretty aggressively, I can obviously unlock this and then start healing myself, which will buff up my heals. I do have another morale bubble. This one is a little bit shorter, and it does have a longer cooldown of 2 minutes. This one is only 1 minute. This one's a self bubble. So I will use that. Hopefully I don't have to use Still as Death, but that is a feign death ability. Alright, I think that's about it, so let's get down to it. So like I said, I'm going to use all my calls, I'm going to use Echo, then all my calls, and then go into my ballads. I might spot heal as I go through that. We'll see how it goes. And I'm going to go through all of them, all the way down to 5. Now I'm going to use Salvation, I'm going to use my ballads here. As you can see, they're starting to set down the cooldowns here. I still have Fury, which I'm going to use on this guy. Gotta use that. We'll get in some heals here. I'm going to put Echoes on. I mean, obviously I could heal a little more aggressively. I could stun in between there, but I wasn't in really any fear. So I will re-heal here. Now you'll see me use my abilities here for sure. So here we go. This one I'll probably use all of them. I'll start off with Echoes. I'll hit a little shift. Maybe I'll do 2. We'll go Control 4. We'll go some heals. We'll do some stuns here. And now we'll go through all of these. Now for this one, I'll do Salvation, but I'll also bubble myself up because Mama didn't raise the fool. Coda's up. And there you go. Now as you can see, those cooldowns on the anthems, they are shared. So you need to decide which one you use. This time I used Greater Anthem of War. But this is also a good one. If I would open that up a little bit sooner, but there will be a little bit of spot healing in between. Obviously, you can bubble yourself up, which I did there. Now, we'll throw one out, and now I'm going to do Control 3, which is going to make my cries a little harder. Let's see what they do. Same thing here, I'm gonna do this. That was a complete stun. I'm gonna do my ballads here, just and salvation. Hit him again with a nice little. And like I said, I'm not going all out yet because healing in between doesn't actually waste that much time because I am killing so fast. It doesn't really hinder me all that much. All right, let's see. We're about to get into it now. So if we go good with the first boss, we'll probably just continue on. So this is the same thing. This will do an area effect. Black there. We'll stun him. There he goes. Now that thing, but when that goes around me, that's that like healing green. That means that I can heal another person if I wish to. Take a little hit there. So with this one, with Dakota, I'm gonna stun and then heal myself up a bit. And I'm just healing myself up so I can grab that salvation right there. And I'm just alternating my raises and bolstering courage. Alright, same thing here. Now you can kite with this character too. There we go. Alright, let's go get this cat. Alright, we're gonna salvation, bubble. Alright, now we're gonna just hit him with all of our prize. Same thing. Alright, I'm hoping it's kind of... We'll see how much I can heal. I mean, I obviously have more bubble morales and stuff. I'm not really using my anthems too much. Here, we'll use it here, okay? So what we'll do is we'll do Call of Echoes. I'll do 1, then I'll do Control 3, and we'll see how much more damage the calls do. Whenever salvation's up, I like to use it. My quarter salvation, anyway. I got a little time. I'll heal up. He just went around the corner. There he goes. You know, it would have been a good one to test which one does better. Clear ourselves. And once again, like I said, the squishiness of the character. Now, a nice thing is, too, it's the same thing when I was playing Yellow Line. You can go all the way to 3, burn one of your anthems, but also have Fury, Coda of Fury up. So you can use both of them at on the same rotation. Instead of having like burn the 2 and then burn the 1, it's better just to do the 3, keep the anthem up. I'll show you here. I'll show you exactly what I mean. So for this one, we will drag it along. We'll do the area effect. Now, we'll do the anthem. I don't know if we'll be able to, but see, I get them all the way down. I can use Control 2 and also have my coda up, as you saw there. So I burnt my anthem and kept my coda up on the same rotation. And that you can do that with minstrels in all of the levels. I've done it in yellow, I've done it in blue, and you can do it in red. So you just want to go higher than the coda is, because it doesn't actually consume. Okay, the coda only consumes the buffs to like increase the damage. The anthems only need the buffs present, if that makes sense. So even if you want to start off with the codas first, like the buffs, now watch, I'll go Control 4, and then this will be up. So you can start off with the ballads first if you want. I don't think it makes too much of a difference. We're gonna stun him. What do we got here? Let's go get this guy. We're gonna strike him. We're gonna put him over here. This is a bigger guy. I think we got a bubble. Oh no. Alright, let's get out of here for now. I'm gonna use my other bubble. Huh. What is this? That's a bubble, right? Oh, it can only be for a member. I remember now. I can only put that on a person. I can't put that on myself. So I really only have one bubble. Alright, that's my bad. That was an awful pull. Good for me. I could have feigned death, I guess. Not that it matters at that point. Anyway. Pretty squishy. Was that me messing around? Maybe. Maybe it was. Maybe it was me jacking around. I did kill one, though. Should be a worm here, I guess. Nope. There you are. Not quite sure how I pulled him. That one without pulling the collar. Oh well. So let's try to do the ballads first, see what that does. See, so the anthems actually... So the anthem actually doesn't consume them, they just have to be present, like you showed there. And then the coda was still up. Alright. As you can see, my buffs are still up. Alright, so this guy, you can actually jump up here. If you hide right in this pillar, right here, right at this pillar, you'll pull this guy. And there he goes. Well, let's get my cries on because I have so many dots. We'll cleanse ourselves, put that on. Now we'll go through the... I like the ballads last because they get my cooldowns better down. See how my cooldowns for my calls are back? Let's put that on. We'll hit you with a stick. Now at any time too, I can stun or bubble up to heal. We're not gonna fight him yet. I'm a little nervous to fight him, honestly. I just don't think I have the armor to match this monster. I get this on. Hitting him with my staff. Hitting him with my little stick. My mace. Alright, let's get it on. There we go. We're gonna obviously heal a little bit here. That, heals are a little more efficient if you stun them or bubble up. But once again, more of a nuker. Nah, I mean, having the ability to heal yourself really helps downtime, but you're gonna get hurt with this class, especially if you're solo in the 6-man. Alright, here we go. I'm not feeling too confident. Let's do it anyway, right? So I'm probably gonna stun him. Because I want to get these guys out. I'll probably kite. Because I don't want to get hit a lot. I'll probably kite this cat too. Dakota. So as long as you're kiting, you should probably be okay. I wasn't kiting earlier because, obviously, yuck. Okay. We're gonna go hide here for a minute. It's done. Alright, now we got these worms. Now, here's the thing about these worms. They're not friendly. And by that, I mean that right there. No, 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 no. Alright. I'm gonna try to get some heals off here. We got this back, so we're going to do the ranger. We did it. Now I just got to survive this little onslaught. There we go. Alright, that went good. The kite went well. I thought it was going to go a little worse than that, but it went pretty clean, honestly, considering how little health and, I mean, I don't even have 10,000 health yet. 81. I barely have over 5,000. So honestly, that went pretty good. So I think we'll go check out the next boss. I don't feel like I'll be able to kill him because he's range, but we might as well try since that one went pretty good. I mean, having one more bubble would probably make me invincible. Oh, we got two. So what I'm going to do is bubble up. am I stuck in here? You want to keep going? You want to keep doing this? Alright, I'm going to try it with 7 this time. 7, that'll unlock my heals. It should make my heals much more powerful. So yeah, I think definitely Control 3 is the play for that one. The other one's good if you're in a group or fellowship. The anthem. The war anthem. Alright. Alright. And there we go. So that went much smoother. So definitely better kiting than not kiting. And I'm using just the Q and E to kind of move around. Whoa. Whoa. I'll do that. Buy myself some time with the area effects done. We're ready to go again. Again, gonna stun. Might bubble up this time. We'll see how it goes. We're definitely gonna bubble up. I'm gonna heal. Wait for something to come back. I'm just gonna keep myself alive right now. While I wait for one of my things to come back down. Alright, here we go. Keep myself alive again. Use salvation. Alright, now I'm gonna use my bubble. There we go. Waiting for some of my chords to come back. My cries and things. So I did sustain myself a little bit. Did use my bubble. But I do have a big keep myself out of jail card here, which is it's a racial. Which is the strength of morale. Boom, there we go. Alright. So there's a little sustainable how I kind of survive when things don't go great. Which one mob after another is not great. And I'll hit him in the head. That'll give me a little. That's also kind of a morale stealer, so. The strike. Okay, this one sucks. Let's do this. This poll's awful. This poll's not great. Not a fan of it. Alright, I think I'm just gonna pull him this way, I guess. I'm definitely bubble up. There we go. Alright. I'm running through here. Got a poison out. It's gone. Alright. I think that was all of it. Okay, so now these next ones are going to be... This next pull's pretty brutal. We'll see how she goes. But this is a pretty nasty pull. So, same thing. I might... I don't know, maybe we'll fear one. Let's fear one. Let's alternate this one. We'll bubble, just to buy ourselves some time. Alright. And then we'll buy ourselves there. We'll get our big one on. Stun again. That'll buy us a little bit of time. Oh, at least I could do that off of. We're gonna stun him again. We're gonna do another one. We're gonna pull this guy out. Oh, thank goodness. Alright, this is it. This is the boss room. Now, I don't, as you saw me struggling just getting up here, I don't know if I can do this. We'll see. Obviously, like I said, we are doing a 6-man solo, so with a very squishy class. Alright. This guy pulls a lot of arrows, so he hurts badly. He likes to shoot you from afar. Not a fan of that. So I'm not excited about any of this, honestly. There we go. Alright, I don't feel like I'm going to be able to take it. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to go over the rotation again. Obviously, a very good, a lot of damage fighter. Not remarkably sturdy, but an amazing DPS. I mean, absolutely, like, wizard-like damage. So I do like him for that. So we'll go over it again. First, I like to open up with Timeless Echoes. It's obviously a dot, but it also lets all my cries and songs, the resistance is reduced quite a bit. So I like to open up with that. If a mob's near me, then I will, like if it's on the second mob after I drop the first one, Dissonant Strike is a great opener for that. It increases my mitigation for 15 seconds, increases my healing modifier, but also does some damage and debuffs to them. Also heals me. It'll heal me too. So that's nice. If I have a lot of mobs and they're attacking me, I like to do Call of the Second Age. Just increases my morale. Also does Fellowship run speed, which is important then, but now it's really not. But it also stuns for 3 seconds up to 5 targets. So that's very nice. I did do a fear in the last one there. It's a 15-second fear, but you can break it really easily. Like that time he ran into my area effect, so that hurt me. Had he ran the other way, he would have been feared for a lot longer. So I open up with Timeless Echoes of Battle. I hit him with Dissonant Cry, Piercing Cry, Call of Fate, Call of Orome, Cry of the Valar, and Cry of the Wizards. Then, if I'm taking a little bit of damage, I decide if I'm going to use Song of the Hammerhand, or if I'm just going to use Chord of Salvation, or nothing. But either one of these are instants. This has a 1-minute cooldown. It is a morale bubble. The Hammerhand. Chord of my Salvation is just a great instant heal for yourself. It does have a 20-second cooldown, or 12-second cooldown, so you do got to wait for it. That's when I was bubbling and kind of healing myself until this came back. So after I'm done with all the cries and calls, then I go to Minor Ballad of Dissonance. Then I do Major Ballad, and I go all the way to Perfect Ballad. The reason I do this is I want to unlock one of my anthems. Now, the neat thing is, the anthem, the buff only has to be present. That's very important, that word, present. When I use my coda, this actually removes all the ballads. So you want to use your anthem before you use your coda. So the one I've been using is Lesser Anthem 2 Dissonance, because I love that my cries on my second rotation around are going to be 20% more damage. Also 5% Lightning, Fire, Frost, and Lightning damage. Now, the reason I choose to do my cries and calls before I do my ballads is my ballads actually reduce the cooldown of my cries and calls, and Fury can actually reset all of them. So that's why I choose to do my cries and calls first. So then I will use, so once I get done with all 3 of my ballads, I will throw on Lesser Anthem Resonance, and then I will use my coda, which actually burns all my ballad buffs. Then I go through, hit my my cries and calls one more time, okay? And then if I have to, if there's like another mob or 2, then I'll go through my codas again, or my ballads again. I think that's about it. Obviously, there's Spirit of the Freedom, which is obviously going to get rid of buffs, stuns, dazes, roots, things like that. I do use Story of Courage, which is going to be a way to get rid of my disease, wound, fear, and poisons. I do use these in combo. I use Raise My Spirit and Bolster My Courage in combo together. So I just alternate them. I start with 9, then go to 8, then go back to 9, go back to 8 until I heal myself up. You can also sustain yourself alive that way. I also use this if I need to. This skill also provides you with 3 damage ballad buff bonuses. So you can actually use this to access your abilities over here too, if you want to. So like you can hit 7 and then just automatically hit your Coda of Fury, or hit 7, put on your Lesser Anthem Dissonance, then hit your Coda of Fury, and then you can obviously go through here and hit your much faster. So that's not bad for hitting bosses, things like that. It also increases your healing and stuff like that. So that is the rotation. I also have a racial. There's some revives which you probably won't see me use. This is another one that I won't use until I'm in a group with somebody. All right, so I think that's about it. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. You can also always whisper me on Twitch. I stream daily on YouTube and Twitch. On Sundays and Mondays, I play the Elder Scrolls Online with a controller. I'm making every class into a tank class, so I like tanks, so that's what I'm going to be doing. From Tuesday to Saturday, I will be playing LOTRO, and I play all the classes, all the lines, so if you have any questions, you can drop in on Twitch at any time. Ask me about them. I will be more than happy to show you a class that you're curious about, or even a line that you're curious about. I think that's about it. I guess on Saturday from 7 to 9 Central Time, I stream on the official LOTRO stream, and then right after that, from 9:30 to 11:30, 12-ish Central Time, I do my own stream. I think that's about it. Yeah. So if you have any questions, anything like that, thank you guys so much for watching this content. It absolutely does mean a lot to me. All the feedback, all the positive stuff has been more than I ever thought it would be. Thank you guys so much. And until the next time I see you, may you continue your adventures with the Heart of a Hobbit. Thank you guys so much.